Hi and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So for today I thought I'd do a post Banlist T.G video where I'll be explaining you what I think would be my optimal deck, and I show you the deck list, and then I'll show you some duel replays. I know a lot of you guys liked the video I made about TGs, and now that there is a new ban list, I thought I'd revisit them and update and optimize the deck, especially with the Gear Zombie coming out. Before we start, I just want to suggest to you, if you want, of course, to subscribe so you don't miss other videos that I'll be making out in the future, and it's really helping the channel grow. So yeah, anyways, let's get started. Let's hop into the deck list. So here's my deck list. Would I say this is the optimal build? Well, it depends what you mean by optimal, firstly. And then secondly, optimal for what? For the KC Cup, for the tournaments, for the ladder? Well, I would say this is probably optimal build for the ladder. Here's the deck, the extra deck. What I would change for the tournaments, for an example, would probably be maybe MST change for Lance, because you do want to interact on your opponent's turn. Like if you set up your field and he has a Book of Moon or anything that could disrupt your build, your plays, like it's a hard situation. So if you had a Lance instead of MST, then you would be safe from Book and Chalice or whatever. So to explain the deck list, I'm playing 2 Screw Serpent. I only have 2, but I think the 2 is optimal way to play, because you don't want to have too many of them, and they are searchable with the skill Flight Control, which lets you add one TG monster in exchange for the other one, but you can use it twice per turn, and basically you only get to have TG monsters in your deck. So yeah, I'm extremely confident that 2 Screw Serpent is enough, not enough, the optimal really. You do want to have triple TG Striker. It's free to play as well, so there is no reason not to have 3 Striker, because Striker plus Wolf plus Catapult Dragon is your optimal starter to go into Black Rose or Quarian on your opponent's turn. So you really do want to have triple of each. Now I'm playing TG Gear Zombie. I'm not sure if it's the optimal card to have. I do have only one, so it's searchable, and I'm not sure if it's the optimal build to have him, but you still can make some plays with him. So I'm putting just one to be able to search him, so why not? And he's also a meme card. But yeah, the problem with the Gear Zombie is that you don't really need him in for your plays, for your general plays, to make a Quarian or Black Rose or a Squire or anything really. It could be decent to go into Mistbird, Clauselas, whatever, with the Catapult Dragon. But besides that, like, you can go, of course, with, if you have a Squire, you can special summon the Gear Zombie, or you probably special summoned it before, and then you can go for a Hama play to finish him off. So yeah, TG Gear Zombie can be only good for Hama and Clauselas. Besides that, there is no use really. I do play one Drillfish to special summon it with the Screw Serpent to go into a level 5, and it's also better than the Booster Raptor, because you can, when a TG monster you control inflicts battle damage, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. so it can be very good to just with him, and he can also attack directly. So you can attack directly with him and destroy the bouncer or destroy the roach or whatever. Also for the roach we have Rush Rhino. I'm playing only one. It's searchable, and you don't really want more of him. You'd only want one, so you can. He does gain 400 attack during the damage step, and he also get a search if destroyed. So it's a good card to have in your deck. I'm also playing double TG Jet Falcon because you don't need then the Werewolf to go into your plays really. Like you can special summon it with Catapult Dragon, then go into level 5, and you can return your Catapult Dragon, special summon it again, and then special summon the Striker with the Catapult because it's not hard once per turn. And of course, the all important 250 damage that's going to win you games like a lot. I won countless games just because of that. Like this is literally the most broken thing. Sorry, I couldn't do it with a straight face. But yeah, the only use really is to go for the level 5, and yeah, you don't need then the Werewolf. So you basically kind of play 5 Werewolf, although you can play tanky instead. I'm not sure if I want to play tanky instead. Maybe 1 or 2, because you don't want to have, like, if you open 2 tanky, it's useless. So maybe 2 tanky maximum or 1 tanky to search for a Werewolf would be good. I don't have the tanky, so I'm not playing it, of course, but I don't really even need it. You can search for it, and we also have the Jet Falcon, so yeah, we're good with that. So yeah, I'm playing it 2 MST. I would guess it's a better for the ladder than the lance, because not many people on the ladder really have bulk, but or play chalice. But yeah, you can switch it out for a cosmic or yeah, basically anything you want really, whatever fits you. And finally I have double treacherous. I am playing it because it's optimal. You like, do you want to play treacherous or do you want to play, I don't know, chalice or lance? Like treacherous wins you games by itself. So honestly, if you I'm making a video, I want to make the best deck. I don't want to play TGs just because they're an anime deck. Like, you do really want to have a good deck that wins as well, and wins basically. Just open up your TTH, and it's too good not to have, because you only play monsters, so, and you don't play other traps, so it's very easy to use, and you really do want to have it just because it's so broken. But yeah, you can switch it up with I don't know, maybe even the enemy controller, or don't put Kytroid. That's going to not trigger your skill. But yeah, any spells or traps, whatever you like, play around and see what fits for you. Okay, so the space I see for potential changes would be TTH, Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Jet Falcon, I would say, could be, or let's say 2 if you have tanky, Gear Zombie, and that's it. This is the core of the deck. You need these cards. From the side deck, you need Quarian, you need Hama, you need Squire. You can play that Lightsworn guy that banishes Michael or whatever it's called instead, but yeah, you need one to pop the monsters and stuff. This is potentially better because it doesn't target, you just destroy. Black Rose is needed, double Star Guardian is needed, of course, and Mistbird Clausulus is, I wouldn't say is needed, but it's definitely useful for the bouncer and the roach. So yeah, I really do recommend having him, and it's a rare card, so there is no need, there is no reason not to have him. So yeah, that's the deck, and let's show you now the replays. Okay, let's see what we have here. Against USA, Anima Duel, one time. Is it? Okay, so we have a pretty decent hand. So we opened two of our three combo starters, which is amazing because we can search for the third one. And yeah, basically now we can show you the plays. So we special summon the TG Striker, which triggers the Werewolf, and then we can go into a level 5. And with the level 5 we can add back the level 2. We added the level 2 because you can synchro on your opponent's turn into Aquarian with the level 2 plus 5 plus 2 is a level 9, and you do want a tuner which is needed for the Quarian. You need 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner. So that's the play. You do want to memorize it so it's natural. You don't want to think too much about it. You want to save your thinking for other stuff. Okay, so he's playing Harpies, and against Harpies, I I really think the better thing to do is to go for a Black Rose, but we have the TTH, so basically we don't need to go for a Black Rose. So we decided to go for the Quarian and rely on the TTH if needed. So he has a Swallow's Nest. That's why you want to go for the Black Rose, because if he has a Swallow's Nest, if he has a Lance or something, you do want to go for the Black Rose because he can't Swallow's Nest. The monster he summons is destroyed as well. So you're basically guaranteeing that he doesn't have monsters on the field. And without Harpy monsters on the field, he can't use the what's it called? The spell that summons the Harpies. So yeah. Anyways, let's continue. So he basically did have plays with that Swallow's Nest, but the good thing is we do still have the TTH, which, like I said, wins the games on its own. He does have Lance as well, but that's not enough. Like, look how much stuff we got rid of so yeah, we just needed to draw a Screw Serpent or any TG monster to, with a skill, get the Screw Serpent, and that's basically game. Because now we can special summon the Werewolf we sent last turn, go for the Squire, Squire trigger the effect to destroy the monster, and yeah, that's GG. This just shows how oppressive this deck can be, and also how oppressive TTH can be. But if we didn't have a TTH, if we just had that, everything else besides the TTH, we could have just Black Rose the field and then go for Hama next turn. So yeah, we still would have probably won without TTH. A good thing about TGs is that they struggle against hand traps, and now there are less and less hand trap decks because the appearance of Gaia in the meta. So that's really a huge boost for TGs as well, especially because TGs don't mind Gaia and have a decent matchup against Gaia. Okay, so we were unlucky here with 2 TTH. Let's see what we did. So yeah, that's why you want to have a Jet Falcon, because only with the Jet Falcon you can go for Black Rose. So we assumed he plays TTH because we assumed he's a Harpy player because he's playing Jaden, and we can then assume there are 2 cards. Yeah, so he is playing Harpies. So we could assume that he's the 2 of these cards are bluffed, and yeah, we had to use TTH here. And the good thing is that TTH interrupted his plays a lot. And he decided to go for Roach here. And Roach is easily dealable with the Rush Rhino. I assume we went for that play. Yeah, like this is the thing that really screwed us. Like if we didn't draw the MST, if we drew into any other TG monster, we could have actually gone for game. We could have summoned two TG monsters, and yeah, basically that would we could go for game, probably, I assume. But yeah, with MST that was like we had only one more non-TG monster, and we were very unlucky basically. So yeah, we had to risk it with going for the Rush Rhino play. We knew he had the Feather Rest in the hand. But yeah, the Rush Rhino is a decent option here. We were, of course, really lucky, and it seems that MST really helped here to get rid of the TTH. Yeah, we were lucky that he drew into the Harpy Lady, and yeah, this is basically Unga Bunga mode, where we have the many resources because our monster search when destroyed, and he is very limited to how many cards he has. Okay, so this was actually my rank up duel to get to King of Games, and I drew awful card. Like these in combination are not the optimal play at all. But we did draw TTH, which on its own can win duels. So yeah, let's see what we did. So yeah, we went for the 2 because we can go for the level 5 with the Drillfish and the Screw Serpent. We also have the Screw Serpent for next turn, and we have a Black Rose if needed, and TTH, which is an amazing setup for the card we actually drew. So yeah, let's see what we decided here. I assume we decided to go for the TTH because basically TTH on its own like wins duels. But yeah, like you see, TTH just wins duels. But even if we didn't have the TTH, we could have gone for the Black Rose here to destroy all of his monsters, and then we have Hama the next turn, which if he didn't have any backup plans or anything activatable in the hand from these 3 cards, yeah, even the TTH wasn't needed. Only the Black Rose on its own would have been amazing. And yeah, okay, let's see. Yugi. Okay, so he has 21 cards. Yugi, we can assume he's playing Gaia. But yeah, it might be Destiny Draw. Anything really. So we didn't have a great card, but that's the good thing with Jet Falcon, is that you only need 2 monsters with the Catapult Dragon to go into on a synchro summon on his turn. So we're going to go for a level 5, then bring back the level 2 for level 7, and we'll have the Screw Serpent for follow-up the next turn. And the amazing thing is that we do have the TTH, which, like I said, wins duels on its own. So yeah, it was in fact Dragon's Knight, Galloping Gaia, whatever. The play against Gaia could be, yeah, so he basically scoops. I thought about only going with the synchro to show you that you don't need actually TTH, that you can win without TTH. But yeah, he he didn't let us. He didn't let me show you. Okay, so here we're playing also against Gaia, we do have, well, wouldn't say suboptimal play because who says it's suboptimal to have TTH and MST? But yeah, the good thing is we do have our starter. So yeah, let's see. He goes into the fusion. So he has double back row and a fusion quick play pop and a field spell for the next turn search. So it's going to be extremely hard to win here. So I'm going to MST first because I want to snipe the TTH. Like if he has TTH, it's a very tough spot to be in to make my plays, especially because he has an extra pop. So it's two monsters pop and one card as well. So we had to gamble really, and I did go for the second card. I felt like he was delaying purposefully to try to trick me to go for the first card. So I went for the second card, and it was in fact TTH, which was an amazing hit. So we went for the level 5. We added back the TG striker. He immediately pops. I don't know if that was the correct play. You could say that it was because we don't get a special summon with him. But the good thing for us is that we don't need to fear the pop anymore. Now I special summon the striker because I want to fill out the delay, and because Gaia was hiding the delay. Now I feel that there is still delay. And now I go for the Screw Serpent because we have the Werewolf in the graveyard. And I want to go for the Quarian with the whole field. And if we banish his graveyard and his whole field, like even if he draws something good, it's with the TTH it's very hard to win over us. So he books immediately. I don't know if that is a good play, but we're set up. We have TTH, we have the whole board, and basically TTH on its own wins this. But even if we didn't have TTH, we do get a search with two of our monsters, so I wouldn't say it would be game over if we didn't have TTH. It would be an open game, and I think we could have actually won if we didn't have TTH. Okay, so the first duels those duels were to show you the standard plays. This is completely not standard. This is all guns blazing because we're playing against a random Odeon deck on the ladder. So yeah, you're not going to get this guy on tournaments. You might get a Shiranui guy, but yeah, you can't play against. You can't have the optimal deck against all decks. Yeah, this deck struggles against traps because we don't have a hate grenade anymore, but we can still power through. Okay, so we get drowned here, which is not amazing, but yeah. We do have NST in the deck, which can come in handy. We did have the TTH as well, so we did try to go for the Black Rose here to get rid of the back row, and with the Screw Serpent we could have probably gone for game, but the Fiendish negates our Black Rose. So we're playing against heavy trap gladiator beasts. Yeah, you're not going to get to get them on the tournaments, and yeah, I do decide to go for the TTH here and try to force the other back row. Shiranui Squire Saga can actually banish the Black Rose and then destroy the spell, one spell and trap on the field, which most people don't realize. So we tricked him maybe for that, but yeah, the negate I didn't know in the time. He was negated by the Screw Serpent. So yeah, he survived, and when you let Odeon survive, he just comes back with tons of traps more. So yeah, we decided to risk it and go for popping the monster and one trap. We do want to have a defense position monster to not get blown again with the drowning. And we also have a play with the werewolf to synchro summon on his turn. So interestingly enough, he has a dimensional prison. We knew he had a fiendish chain, so yeah, I don't know why I said that. It's a random fact. We knew he had a fiendish chain. So anyways, we do get a search with the werewolf, and from the extra deck we still have Aquarian to go into, and the Hama if needed. So we draw our MST, which is great. We decided to go for Quarian here. He has a floodgate, okay. So we did banish all of his monsters. He doesn't have his skill anymore. And we have a floodgated Quarian, so we don't get OTK'd or something, I don't know. So he's really reliant on his top deck and we're in a pretty comfortable spot. Like he has 300 life left. Ah. Okay, we didn't draw something good, unfortunately. So he can go into his place, but I don't know if this was the right play because you can target up to 2 cards in the field, destroy those targets, but my Quarian does summon when destroyed. So yeah, that was the end for you. And the good thing is to top deck the Gear Zombie for the memes. So it's OP, I guess. Like we did win because of our Gear Zombie. So okay. Yeah, this is another duel I think that was a bit not planned, like not structured, just all guns blazing. We do have a decent card here with the two of three of our openers, and Screw Serpent is basically our fourth good opener for the follow up. So let's see. He does have double back row, which does scare us, but we don't have to commit to normal summoning with the striker, so we're chilling. So we decided to kind of trick him and go into the Black Rose play. And I'm thinking that should be it. Like he probably doesn't have a finish or something. And yeah, let's see. So he actually played Winda, which was crazy. So we decided to go for Quirion because the Winda doesn't activate on the banish. So we're thinking we're chilling, right? Like we have, I think, another search flight control. The next turn we have a huge monster, which is amazing to have. He only has one card, and he's going to draw his another card. We might have, we maybe shouldn't have attacked with the Quarian to avoid his skill. But yeah, this is ranked duels. You don't expect switcheroo, and he does draw his return, which was amazing for him. Like that was probably the only card that could save him. We decided to go for the Clausulas to just test out how the rules work. Yeah, honestly, this is a good actually learning experience because you do want to learn on your ranked duels. You don't want to learn in tournaments and try out things. Here it writes these changes last until the end of the turn, negate its effects. So I did assume actually that the window does activate. It's negated probably only when it's on the field, but I did want to make sure, and I did want to try it out to see. You do want to test out the rules and to see, like I was 99% sure that it is not negated, but I still want to learn about it. I still want to make sure. So yeah, um, sometimes you gotta have the suboptimal play just to learn, and that's why ranked duels are great. So we do top deck our Screw Serpent, and yeah, that's a GG. And this is the last duel. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so we're playing against water. Water really struggles against this deck, especially if we go first. So this time we're going first. We have the optimal plays. So with water, the probably the best thing is to go for the Quarian, because like they didn't have to rely on their back row after they normal summoned. So yeah, this is the classic play, set up for Quarian or Black Rose. So now we want him to go in with the monsters, and it would be amazing to show the back row first, of course, but he's not going to, of course. Let's see. Okay, so we actually let him summon the diva, because we don't care if he summons the diva. Actually, it's even better if he summons the diva, because we get to we get to banish it from him, and now we go for Aquarian to banish his whole field, really. He does have a one set card, so even if we did go for the Black Rose, we could have gotten a search with our card, but having Aquarian feels much safer, especially because his monsters, if the water deck wants to go through you life points, he has to destroy, and Quarian wants to be destroyed, so having Quarian is a big plus for us. So the worst thing now is a treacherous. So we play we played like it is treacherous. So we do summon our werewolf, and we don't go into a synchro because we expect treacherous. So I don't know for what reason, he destroys the werewolf as well. He needs to destroy the Quarian because he will have to destroy it eventually. So yeah, Quarian is fine to destroy. He destroyed the werewolf, I don't know, probably because he saw that it was negated and thought maybe he doesn't have a search. But yeah, for the Quarian, we activate to special summon the marksman, who is banished. We get a search with the werewolf, and we're chilling. And I think we also have one more skill that we didn't activate, so that was amazing. I'm not sure though. So he does go for the Dweller. He has one card pop. He decides to go for it now. That is definitely a misplay. But I don't think he was kind of gassed out, and out of the resources, and we had like a lot of monsters to go for our plays. So yeah, even if he didn't if he didn't misplay and go for the pop, I think we still would have won. So yeah, this is a pretty standard finisher, Squire pop and lethal. And that's basically it. Thanks guys for watching, it really means a lot. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, and yeah, if you enjoy watching them, be sure to subscribe, because that's helping the channel grow and you won't miss the other videos that I'm going to make in the future. But yeah, that's it basically. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye.